Oh, there it is.
This is tea. Filling a cup. Not with indigestion. Not with nerves. Not with sleepless nights. This is tea. This is calm stomach, quiet nerves, deep sleep. This is tea. Steamy, hot, hearty, delicious, that leaves you with a nice, warm glow. So good for you. Make it hefty, hot, and hearty. Take tea and see.
Well, you know, America doesn't love tea parties.
Good evening, goblins and ghouls, and welcome to the Wednesday night Scream Stream Mini-sode. I'm your host, Spakenstein, joined as always by my very good friend, Mr. Evan Sink.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening to all of you out there. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining us on this wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. We have made it to another hump day and here for another dose of public domain horror. As you can see, Mr. Fresh Rogan is not with us tonight, but he will.
His lights out.
Yeah, right. He's lights out. He's, as you can tell, that's why his screen is a little darker, and you know, it was so fun going in and changing Evan's picture back to saturated and desaturating Fresh's picture.
We tagged in.
You did.
He tagged out.
Yep. Now it's basically it did. It's just revolving doors on this show. One man in, one man out, and it's, you know what, that's okay. I don't blame Fresh. Fresh was just horribly.
Fresh said, "I'm gonna take my lunch.
Yeah,
I'm going on my lunch break."
Fresh was horribly repulsed by last week's episode of Lights Out, which, you know, wasn't one of our best so far.
Repulsed in a gross kind of way, or just in a.
No, just in the way that Fresh, as loyal viewers will know, Fresh either enjoys some of the things that that I subject everyone to here on the show, and sometimes it's just like, okay, that's what it, you know. Again, viewers will note his distaste for the Veil, and that was basically the comparison of last week's Lights Out episode.
One of those.
It basically felt like an episode of The Veil where the ending was just kind of a little it wasn't it didn't have a scare. A lot of these episodes have had some pretty good like final scares, like they end well. And I mean, again, overall, this series has been a lot of fun, and we have enjoyed it more than The Veil and One Step Beyond. But you can't expect every episode.
A little harder, but
yeah.
I feel like we've been on a run of maybe a couple of episodes, maybe some weaker ones. So hopefully we get a good one. Got The Faceless Man.
Yeah, tonight's episode, The Faceless Man, title certainly sounds fun. And I think this one is pretty up there in terms of I think I was looking at IMDb ratings. That's what I have to subject myself to even figure out what the, which of these episodes are going to be good.
Yeah,
Because
I'm surprised that these episodes are rated on IMDb.
I
Do people
know.
leave reviews?
Yeah, I think I haven't looked at the reviews, but you can sort the series by like episode ratings, and so that was my way of trying to make sure we were watching some good ones. And
Everybody go leave a review on IMDb.
yeah, please do. I mean, again, all the old stuff that you see here. If I'm not one to personally put much stock into IMDb ratings, but I understand the value of it to like getting other people to watch certain things. So if you enjoy anything that we watch on this show and you feel like other people should watch it too, go to IMDb or Letterboxd or any, there are so many sites where you can share your opinion about some old movie, and some people are gonna be like, oh yeah, let me see that. That's what this show is, basically.
And you'll put in the review, I saw this on Scream Stream. I love those guys.
Yes. Yeah, shout us out, obviously. That goes without saying.
Just put that in all of your reviews from now on.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly couldn't hurt. And I mean,
when you're reviewing the new blender you bought on Amazon, make sure you just name drop us in there.
Yeah, say, oh yeah, my blender really came in handy when I was mixing Evan Sink's cocktail on the latest episode of the Scream Stream, their installment. What were you drinking? That blender worked great, and those guys are awesome. Yeah, that's a really solid review that you can leave. You just use that as a template for whatever product you have. You can find a way to incorporate the show. We're pretty wide ranging. But yeah, I mean, lights out so far. Last week's episode was the upstairs floor, and it was just very much, I would compare it to an episode of The Veil. And I think that the difference between last week's episode and some of the other ones, that like the one that we watched before that one, Rappaccini's daughter, Evan, you were there for that. That wasn't,
yeah, I was around for that one.
Yeah, that wasn't necessarily a great like story. It wasn't necessarily a scary story, but it still had commendable elements in the art direction and the camera work. And so obviously, like, there was a mark of quality, like in other areas when the storytelling.
Yeah, they put a lot of work into that one.
They did. This last week's one was not that at all. And so it was, it just kind of suffered. It was like, obviously the director wasn't really taking much. At one point it was like people were completely missing their marks, or either the cameraman or the actors. I wasn't sure which. It was just like, what is happening right now? This director just totally checked out. And so
just point the camera, vaguely at the actors.
Mm-hmm. You get close enough, you get one actor half in there, that's good enough. We have the mics on, we can hear what they're saying, we don't need to see them. This was a radio show, for God's sakes. Again, that I got like sucked into this watching this old interview with Orson Welles on the Johnny Carson show and the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson back in the day, and he was talking all about his days in radio, right? And just how like shows like Lights Out, like why these shows were Orson Welles felt like radio was so much more of an effective medium than television. He said, because television, you could just be watching us right now while you're doing a million other things. Radio, you have to pay attention if you want to follow the story, because if you're not paying attention, you're not going to know what's happening next. And
Hang on a second. So I have to give props to Mr. Wells, of course, and I'm sure
yeah.
he was killing it on the radio. I can certainly understand why he might lean so much into that, but are you sure? Are you sure that you don't pay attention to the TV, but you do pay attention to the radio?
Well, I think in his days, especially when you're talking about the kind of radio he did, it's radio shows, right? So if a performance is being put on, like especially like if it's a dramatic play or a like serialized radio show, like you're making up the this is what Orson Welles said, you're making up that like your imagination is so much a part of it, like you're having to make it up in your mind what you're seeing, and if you're not like paying
Okay,
attention to
okay.
those details, you're not,
I,
it's
I
like,
guess I guess I guess back then, like TV shows or what we might think of like like a drama or something on. It's not really on TV yet. It's on the radio.
right, yeah, I mean
Okay.
but
Like okay. I'm on board with Mr. Wells. I get what he's saying.
yeah, I mean, Orson Welles is certainly a raconateur, and he loved reminiscing on his old days and the ways that people would prank each other, and just kind of have fun with it, and
Can
it
you
was a
imagine getting prank called by Orson Welles?
oh my god, no, that would be incredible. I would absolutely love that. That voice, I mean, that's a
Excuse me, is your refrigerator
mm.
running?
Orson Welles, man. That is one person that I would have loved to have talked to just for a little bit, man, cuz that he was something. Um and he also could put away a steak. But but I mean, I certainly grew up like enjoying radio shows that I heard on NPR, right? Like they had kind of some old-timey stuff on NPR back in the day. And so I definitely identify with that
Were you listening
idea.
to Mountain Stage?
Uh no, I back in the day we would listen to Prairie Home Companion, which,
Oh, that's right. It was Prairie Home Companion.
obviously not ultimately kind of crashed and burned, but it was a very unique like old-timey experience listening to that show, and they're doing like comedy sketches and little kind of like little scenes and little bits, and so like how you imagine that in your mind, like if you're engaged with it, it's I don't know, man, there is definitely something there is something to it that I enjoyed from my like little bit of experience with it, and I don't know, I mean, again, that's where tonight's our mini all of our mini-sodes this season, uh they wouldn't be a thing if it wasn't for the radio show Lights Out, which apparently really scared the hell out of people. So,
I want to start a TV company that the so what I want to sell is it's a TV that doesn't have a screen and it comes with a let's say a headband that I'm going to claim enhances your imagination. And so the idea is you sit there and you wear the headband and you listen to it's a radio and you imagine the radio. Do you think people would buy that?
oh, 100%. Sign me up, dude. I want one. Get me one. I'm here for
We're
it.
gonna get people back on the radio. Everybody's gonna sit around the radio again.
Just
We
like
just
the old
need to
days.
trick them to do it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way it's basically gonna become. I mean, everybody's just gonna it's just gonna become like the Matrix. We're all just gonna go in our own tiny little, it don't even get me started on the future,
We're
man.
all on a tiny radio.
Yeah, pretty much. Essentially. That's what the future will prove to us, I believe. I believe.
The future is a tiny radio.
Future is
You
a
heard it here first.
Put that in your fortune cookie. Yeah, I had Chinese food tonight, and I had a very good down to earth fortune.
What
Nothing.
did you get?
See, I mean, I can't remember. It was just something like
You know, I can't repeat it on the air or it won't come
it.
true.
Well, yeah. Oh, I'm terrible. No, it's something like let me see. Do I have it in my pocket? No, it was something like if you're as happy as you allow yourself to be. It was something like that.
Wow.
It was a little, say it more artful than that, but that was essentially it. Like you're as
Right.
happy as you choose to be. Um, I, I agree with that. I'm not, well, and it's specified. I think it said something like most people. Because I think it's recognizing not
Okay, it's
all
not.
people necessarily have that choice. Sometimes people are dealing with serious, serious things like depression, and so it's just hard to, just be happy. And
Okay, it softens the blow a little bit. It's not quite as much of a slap in the face for my Chinese food.
no, yeah, they're definitely trying to soften they're like, we're not trying to call you anybody out, but have you thought about it like this before? Like, no, I haven't. No, I have. I agree with that. I mean, when I'm upset, it's at a certain eventually, because I can be upset, but eventually I'm like, what am I gonna do? Keep being upset? I gotta get over this. And
What were your lucky
keep
numbers?
being oh hell, I never look at my lucky
Have you
numbers,
ever looked
man.
at your luck? Have you ever like used your lucky numbers for anything?
No, and I save most of my fortunes. Like it's a weird fact about me. I do hold on
If
like
if you got takeout and you got the fortune cookie, if you took your lucky numbers and you bought a lottery ticket and you like won the lottery, do you think you'd believe in like Chinese magic or something?
uh I don't know. I would still feel like that was a very lucky coincidence,
It's
And
just
what
like
is
the craziest coincidence of all time.
the
Do you think
craziest?
anybody? I wonder if anyone's ever done that. If anyone's like won the lottery
I'm
off
sure
of.
if there hasn't been a movie already made about it or something, I feel like I've heard of something like that. I can't I can't tell you off the top of my head, but if I've learned anything this week, that if you think something sounds like something that already exists, look it up because you're probably
Yeah,
right.
Google auto completed has anyone won the lottery using fortune cookie numbers. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think a lot of people have actually.
It's got to be a movie or a book or something. At least a thread on Twitter, at the very least.
So all of those people that won probably believe in fortune cookie magic.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, I don't know that I would call it magic though. Maybe that's how they choose to, but you get what you get, and it's all. I don't know. I don't know. I call, color me skeptical. Call me a skeptic if you want.
Right. We'll give you $100 million and see how skeptical you are.
Yeah, it might change my mind. I think it might change a little bit. Um, yeah. Well, Evan, I think if
I think I'm ready to face this man.
I don't know if we'll be able to, Evan, because he is in fact a faceless man. So, we'll see. We'll see if we get any kind of.
We'll come as close to face as we can get.
Let's see your gross face. That's what we're looking for. It's gonna be no face, but let's see. We'll see what happens. All right. Well, Evan, you got it queued up. Then we're gonna go ahead and get into the Faceless Man right now. And I don't know any of the actors or actresses in tonight's episode, unfortunately. None of them are recognizable to me. None of their names. Not really anybody big.
That's some obscure characters.
Have you ever longed to have a different face, another name, a new life? Well, if you have, remember there are some things you can never leave behind.
The dramatic look always kills me.
Great. Ooh, the organist is getting a little fancy tonight. Bum, 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 bum. Improv a little bit, trying to steal the show.
Anxious, Mr. Carvel? They told me Dr. Peter Cranford was the finest plastic surgeon in all of London.
The faceectomy was a success.
Reflect itself in the finished work. Turn around, please. I suppose you were puzzled by my request for absolute secrecy, Doctor. A great many of my disfigured patients have a sense of shame about themselves, Mr. Carvel. Society makes certain of that. Strange your parents made no effort to... I had no parents.
You think I'd have parents with a face like mine?
What wealth I have, I fought for. I detest ugliness, Doctor. Yet you wore it like an emblem all these years. I had no money until recently. Hold still, please. Now, just one moment.
Okay.
Mr. Carvel, behold.
Behold.
Ah, he has no face. Oh no, he's just a regular old white guy. That's why
He's just a regular guy.
There are no scars, just two fine lines near the lobes, where the skin graft is clipped back.
Jeez. Those are scars, bro.
Original photographs, Doctor. Yes? May I see them, please? Certainly.
Jeez. What do you give him, a hair graft too, or like, because that hairline just looks like painted on. It looks like he just slapped a bunch of
maybe it was just his
hair.
He just had an ugly face. He had great hair.
He did have an ugly.
Ah!
He just had a big nose.
I shall want this destroyed. I'm afraid that's impossible.
We put it up on the
I always
wall.
keep a duplicate set of photos. It gives me a record of my work. And on rare occasions, the police require
I'm saving this for the album.
I insist it be destroyed. I wore that face like a mask of horror for 30 years. I want no reminders. Mr. Carvel, we had an agreement when you came here. I asked you no questions. You paid me the sum of $15,000, and I performed cosmetic surgery.
Damn.
You haven't been particularly pleasant to work with. I've often suspected you could use a little good psychotherapy along with the physical treatment.
Wow.
Now, I must insist on my rights as a physician. This photograph is part of my record. You don't understand, do you, Doctor? Very well, let me tell you. I was in France a few months before I came here. There was a girl. A very beautiful
I was in a bell tower at a cathedral.
And when she told her lover, he laughed at me. He laughed at me. The shame was his. No, it was mine. It was then I swore to destroy every ugly thing I found in my pad, including my own ugliness, Doctor.
In his pad?
Now I want that
pad?
photograph.
He didn't say path, right? He said
I
pad.
don't believe
Yeah,
your motives
pad, I
are as
think.
simple as you say.
Everything at his apartment.
Flub.
Why did you insist on such absolute secrecy? Your name is not listed in the directory. Now, what is it? You wanted for some crime? Perhaps I can help you if you trust me. I want that photograph, Doctor. I'm sorry, Mr. Carvel.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god.
Damn!
Wow.
Shit!
Give me back this photo, bro.
Now, Dr. Cranford.
I feel like there
No one
eventually was a thing about showing murder on TV. Like, what you could show and how much. I'm pretty sure this was before it was super regulated. Because he just fucking stabbed that guy right in the back.
Yeah, yeah. Right on TV. It's 1950s.
Yeah, like 51. The early days. The golden age, as they used to call it. The golden age of television.
Well, you know, so do you think Mr. Wells would say that you don't have to pay attention to this?
No, I think his point was just that since you're seeing it, you would probably pay less attention. Like us, you know? Like,
Are you a patient?
oh, we're doing another
Yes.
thing, you know? We're not
Well,
just like
You won't find him in.
zeroing in on the
for a weekend.
story.
I had hoped to be here in
Because we can
time.
see
You're
it.
too
We don't
late.
necessarily need to hear everything, right?
Do I know you?
But-
Yeah, I guess that's true.
To-
Yeah.
I
but
know
we
you.
we often find ourselves confused, even though we were like, well, we're watching it, but
Sure, like if you're not paying attention, you're not gonna get it regardless. But with TV,
This way,
you'll
monsieur.
pick a little bit of it up.
Welcome to the house of the silent man. I, Etienne Dubois, assure you of every hospitality. You will find, monsieur, that... pardon, un moment, s'il vous plaît, pardon. No, thank you. Hong Kong
were we in
vive.
some first person?
My daughter love Hong Kong vive anglais.
Bonjour, monsieur.
That's weird.
So, I will bring this up.
Votre nom, monsieur?
There's some
Great.
French guy talking right at me.
Franklin Crane.
Yeah.
How do you spell this?
Let me.
Imagine if France was real.
You have been here before,
Yeah,
Monsieur Crane.
yeah. It took me. I was
recognize
really
my
devastated when I found out that there was no Eiffel Tower.
Perhaps the voice
Baguettes
of one I
aren't a
know.
real thing.
Oh, yes.
An evil man.
It's like Middle
Look at
Earth.
my
It's just
face.
kind of a fantasy.
Do I look evil?
Au contraire, monsieur.
Yep, just
I
like
am rather handsome.
Oui,
you
monsieur.
know,
Good.
King
These are
Arthur
friends.
or Queen Elizabeth.
I shall want to know.
Right.
You know,
But,
yeah.
monsieur,
You haven't one of
Any of that Europe
we have
stuff.
one and it
It's
is
all
of it.
it's just kind of made
All
up,
of it.
like
So
a
the
like a
cat fish in
story.
the
I'll take
ocean.
it.
Oui, monsieur. Papa,
Oui,
Monsieur Crane wants a note room.
oui, ma petite.
Mr. Crane, Fraser Crane.
Monsieur?
You're very lovely.
Merci, monsieur.
Are you
All right,
married?
bruh.
No, monsieur.
Engaged? Strange. Such a beautiful girl as you.
My fiancé was killed, monsieur.
Damn.
I'm sorry.
Jeez.
Très bien, c'est fini.
And now if you'll excuse me.
Way to really kill the
Well,
vibe, huh?
Oh right, the war.
Never mind.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, that war. Yeah.
Mademoiselle.
How could we forget about the war?
A very attractive man.
There is something about him.
Oh, you imagine.
Papa, he asked me if I were married.
So? Well, one day you will try to forget about Renee and think about somebody else.
I don't know.
Was this the girl that wronged him? He was telling the story about
Oh right, in
it's-
France.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
coming
this must
back
be-
for revenge.
Yeah.
Look, I got a hot
She
face.
knows now.
What are you gonna do
She
now?
doesn't recognize. Yeah.
Say no to me now. Yeah, that's real rapey vibes coming from this guy that minute he turned around in that plastic surgeon's office.
Good evening.
Ah,
Who are you? What are you doing here?
Let us say for the moment that I am your traveling companion.
You followed me from London?
Much further than that.
What do you want?
I came to be with you.
quiet on set. Sure, that person coughing in the
You see, Mr.
background.
Carvel, I am too ugly to face the world. You must know how that feels.
You were a
Is this
patient of
his
Dr.
old
What?
face?
Did he change you?
No, he might have, but you destroyed all hope when you plunged the scalpel in his back.
Ooh.
So you know.
I know a good many things.
What makes you think you leave this room alive?
Only my knowledge of you.
You are cool, aren't you?
Cool
I
cool
suppose
as a
you intend to
cucumber.
blackmail me. You have it all down in writing somewhere, haven't you? And if you're destroyed, the letter will be mailed to the police. Is that
I
it?
knew I could trust your disfigured mind to deduce something like that.
And what do you want? What are you doing here?
I've already told you, Mr. Carvel, I came to be with you. Being ashamed of myself, I prefer to hide from the
This
world.
guy looks like Chimp Howard from the
Naturally,
Three
I must eat and
Stooges.
have companionship. I
just
think
Shemp.
it is poetic justice that you nourish and protect me.
Take off that mask.
Don't do it, Mr. Carvel. I warn you. Don't remove the mask. You won't like what you see.
I gotta see what's
Look.
behind that mask.
I'll give you money.
Well, that just makes me want
Go
to.
wherever you
This just
want.
makes me
know
want to look
more.
more.
No place to go.
How long? How long do you intend to stay here?
How long? Forever, Mr. Carvel. Forever.
Ooh, creepy. Okay. That was the first half. Sorry, Evan. We'll take a break, right?
Nope.
Obviously.
All right.
I shouldn't say. I guess just in my mind, it's like, okay. So far, every single one of these episodes does a fade to black at like halfway.
Yeah, about
through.
halfway.
So I always look out for the fade to black and around the middle, and then when I get it, I'm like, all right. But I didn't say all right, and we'll break right there. But yes, I'm at 11:54. So that was the first half of The Faceless Man. What do we think so far?
I'm intrigued, actually. I like where this is going. I like the creepy guy in the mask. You know what I really like is there's more than one location in this episode.
Oh yeah, we're kind of globetrotting a little bit. I think.
Yeah, so some of these that we've seen, they've kind of just been one location, one set, and that's fine. We've had some good episodes that have done that, but it's nice to have a little variety.
Right. Get out and about a little bit. Get some fresh air. That fresh French air smells like fucking pastries and farts.
It smells like
cigarettes
cheese out here.
And cheese and cigarettes, smoking wine. They just get the other three stereotypical. Just get them all in there. No, I mean, it's very creepy so far. This masked man. I mean, it's that mask is really kind of goofy, but it's also a little unsettling. It's definitely got a presence to it.
I love a mask. It's such a simple thing, but like it's so creepy.
It's creepy, and it definitely just you're immediately asking, all right, what's under the mask? I gotta know.
Right? Yeah.
I gotta find.
There's
out.
got to be something under the mask.
I
liked the kind of fake out we had there at the beginning when they leave him like turned around in that chair for a hot minute. Like I was feeling the suspense starting to build, and then he turns around and he's fine.
See, that's cool though, because I didn't necessarily feel that, but I know that like this show, they'll kind of pull out scares at different times. So it would have been wild. It would have been really cool if they would have like in the very first like minute
From the jump,
from the jump opened with a
did
scare.
something scary right at the beginning.
Yeah, and I just didn't. I'm like, I don't know. I just was like not
I
even
really
thinking that.
expected him to turn around and just not have a face.
That would have been wild. Just start out with a bang like that. That would have
Yeah, just
creeped me out.
go. I I don't know what kind of like latex makeup kind of technology they had back then, but I want to see them do a faceless man.
Yeah, that would be creepy as shit. Especially in this time. Yeah, that would look fucking weird.
Yeah.
I
I'm
don't
hoping they do some kind of crazy thing like that.
I
It might
have
be high hopes, but
I'd hope so too. I feel like we definitely Fresh and I definitely got our hopes up last week with the mini-sode because it
oh
was like
no.
yeah at the midpoint we were just like debating about what it could be or what could happen, and then like the ending was just so flat. It was like, oh, it's none of those things. Oh, this sucks. And so I don't know. I do have a good feeling about the conclusion of the Faceless Man, because just like both times that the Faceless Man has popped up, I've kind of like I've been a little like whoa, oh shit, like, and then like I'm like, oh okay, it's this bandaged up guy. But the first time I've seen it, or both times when I've seen it in those scenes, it's like, oh shit, that guy. Ah,
I thought it was a face at first. I didn't realize it was a mask. I thought it was just supposed to be some guy's jacked up face.
I mean yeah. And maybe that's what's under the band, maybe it's just a jacked up face. I mean, we kind of saw his jacked up face in the picture. I mean, he had a big nose.
Yeah.
That was really it. I
Ye-
mean, I don't know.
Yeah, so why did he kill the doctor?
Because the doctor had the picture of his face and he didn't
Oh,
want,
that's right. Okay.
I guess
He
because
wanted any evidence.
right. No
No one can
evidence.
know that I was once ugly.
Yeah.
No one can know I once had a big nose.
Yeah, that's what it is. Certainly not the attempted murder or the murder that he's got
That's
on his
that's such a whack reason to kill somebody.
Well, no, I mean no, I think it is because he like murdered some guy, so he's got to change his face.
Okay.
So yeah.
So
So
covering his
yeah, so
tracks
he's
for
got to get
real.
the picture so nobody knows that he changed his face. Um There's a one of the times that they paired up Boris Karloff and Bela Lugosi. Uh, Lugosi plays a plastic surgeon, and Karloff is a criminal who's escaped from jail, and he goes to Lugosi to get plastic surgery done to like change his appearance, and Lugosi decides to use him like as his muscle for like this revenge plot. So he like destroys one half of Karloff's character's face. He's like, if you want me to fix it, you got to do what I say. And it's the Raven. It's all like again, they were giving Edgar Allan Poe titles to those movies, and they were like not even close. Like Maniac was more of an adaptation of the Black Cat than the Black Cat was, and the Raven is definitely the Raven is about this mad plastic surgeon who's also like a big fan of Edgar Allan Poe, and his basement is full of all these like torture devices from Poe's stories, and so he's
Does
like,
he have a pit in his basement?
see, curiously enough, no pit. I wish he'd have a pit.
Hmm.
He has one of those rooms that just like all the walls close in on you. He has a pendulum, of course.
He has a garbage
Um,
compactor.
yeah, pretty much. I can't remember what other he had some other diabolical devices in there, but yeah, the idea of a plastic surgeon changing a wanted criminal's appearance is certainly certainly been kind of interesting little plot device. So I think that was the motive
Yeah.
for slicing up this plastic surgeon. So
How old is plastic surgery? Because I mean, I may be showing my ignorance here a little, but this is, from 51, and I didn't think that plastic surgery was much of a thing back then.
it probably got big after World War II. It's probably with both the wars, with people like who got disfigured. I bet that's
Oh,
when.
yeah.
Yeah, I bet
Yeah, they had to figure out how to put people's faces back together.
right. So I think that's probably when it started emerging as a field unto itself, plastic surgery.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's just me. That's just a shot in the dark, but who knows?
Well, we'll look it up during the break. And,
Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah, and for the break, we've got some commercials and we got a trailer for so I guess again, none of the actors or any big name actors that didn't play any big roles or anything that I know or that any of us would know, but the guy who's playing the masked man, he appeared in a bit role in Abbott and Costello Meet the Mummy. So that's the trailer that we're gonna see during the break. Because I looked up the three main actors in this to see if they'd been in any horror movies, and this was as close as we got. So not not like really a great horror movie. A pretty bad movie all the way around. Abbott and Costello Meet the Mummy. I believe that's the last film they ever did. And no, maybe that's wrong. I might be wrong. I don't know. It wasn't a good. It was the last one they did for Universal. I know that. And it was pretty annoying. So we're gonna see that trailer, and then we're gonna have some commercials for, just some classic 50s products. I can't even remember, but it's, oh, dog food and some kind of shampoo. So good, some good old fashioned commercials.
I hope the commercials go, "This is shampoo."
Yeah. No. Oh, no. The shampoo commercials.
Are we going to get hypnotized into buying dog food?
Yeah, sorry, we can't all be as good as that tea commercial, unfortunately. That we showed in the pre-roll. Yeah, that was definitely like the first time I watched that before tonight's episode, like halfway through, I was like, damn, I really want a cup of tea. I was like,
advertising works.
Wow, this commercial's really effective. So I don't know. We'll see if this commercial makes you want to eat dog food or, bro. This shampoo commercial is hilarious. It is.
Show this one to your dog.
Yeah, sure. It's so funny. This commercial, this dog food commercial, I think actually probably does do something innovative in commercials that we still see to this day. That I like when I saw it, I was like, oh, wow, that's kind of crazy to see them doing this kind of a thing. So we'll see if you see what I'm talking about. But we're gonna get these two commercials and a trailer, and then when we come back, we'll get into the exciting conclusion of The Faceless Man. So stick around, we'll be right back.
A new dog food, Rally. So rich in meat and bone meal you don't have to doctor it up.
My favorite commercial.
Real beef flavor. Beats beef for nourishment. Get your dog new Rally.
A most palatable idea.
Where will we find the mummy? Don't worry, the mummy will find you.
You'll howl as you follow Bud and Lou in a strange land where exotic dancers perform ancient rituals. You'll scream at this mystic world of mad magic and uproarious adventure.
Does this mean anything to you? It means death to whoever holds it.
Starring Bud Abbott and Lou Costello, with sultry Marie Windsor giving you your first look inside Costello.
Turn off the lights.
Let's stop fooling and cut 'em open. And Peggy King, George Gobel's TV girlfriend.
You flew in from the Middle West and certainly impressed the population hereabouts.
Imagine Lou trying to be charming to a snake. And Bud at the end of his rope. Stop blowing! Your nerves will jangle as they tangle with terror, meddle with murder, and try to elude a curse 4,000 years old.
Wait, don't break that egg. There's a better way to make your hair shine. It's Richard Hudnut Enriched Cream Shampoo. A golden lotion with real eggs powdered in to give all the benefits of an old-fashioned shampoo the easy way. Enriched Cream Shampoo leaves hair wonderfully clean and manageable. And see the wonderful sheen in our hair. You'll have it, too, with Enriched Cream Shampoo. And for the perfect shampoo finish, Richard Hudnut Cream Rinse.
Do you think people used to like put eggs in their hair, right?
Apparently, that was the wild thing about the commercial. I did not know that. Yeah, apparently people did use eggs on their hair for like shampoo and shit. I did not know that was the thing till I like watched the first 5 seconds of that commercial, and like this woman's about to crack an egg on her head. It looked like, and don't use that egg. Like, wait, what? So yeah, egg shampoo.
There's got to be a better way.
Yeah, let me get that nice creamy
Some easy
shampoo.
egg.
Yeah, egg and cream, and like just freaking basically I want my shampoo like pastry filling. I just want you to make it real tasty and delicious, and make my hair taste all good.
You make your hair tasty and delicious.
Make your hair taste delicious, right? Isn't that what shampoo's supposed to do? I mean, back in those days, especially. So yeah,
Well, let's put an egg in it.
Yeah, you just with one egg, you'd be surprised.
Take a hot shower, you got a snack on the go.
Yeah, you certainly do. Fried up, yeah. Richard Hudnut. That's a hell of a name for some shampoo. And what was the dog food? I can't remember what the dog food company was called, but Rally. That's what, a Rally dog food. And yeah, that was like got to be one of the earliest examples of a talking dog in a dog food commercial, which still to
There's
this day,
just something about a talking dog.
there's that. Yeah, it's like it's something about pet owners. Like, oh yeah, I'd love to think my dog could talk. That's the food for him, and it's still to this day. That's the marketing. That's how it works. Just that's what the consumer thinks, and I don't know. It's funny. It is they've improved the technology, obviously. I don't know how they got the dog to talk there. That they just put peanut butter on its lips, or who knows? Who knows what? And it was moving its mouth a little bit. Doing a little something. But and then of course a trailer for Abbott and Costello Meet the Mummy, which is
You don't sound like you like that too much.
no, I just don't. And it's like at least with Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, there's a little bit of like an attempt to show these monsters like with some strength and some like quality. And then when you look at the Mummy and Abbott and Costello Meet the Mummy, it is literally like they just took fucking like a jumpsuit that they kind of they glued some bandages on and just like threw dust in the guy's eyes and all right, you're a mummy now. And like it's just not like a monster. It's not like a universe. It's you know they built like it's an Abbott and Costello Meet a Monster, Universal Monster movie, but it's not. That it's
It's
just
like the knockoff you find selling autographs on uh what
eBay.
I was thinking Hollywood Boulevard,
Oh yeah,
but eBay works
there
too.
too. Yeah, Hollywood Boulevard certainly. Yeah, it's just really not. They had done they did Meet Frankenstein, and then they met the Invisible Man, and then they met Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, um, which was played by Boris Karloff, and then they met Boris Karloff in a movie called Abbott and Costello Meet the Killer, comma Boris Karloff. That was the full title. And
can you do that one more time?
Abbott and Costello Meet the Killer, comma Boris Karloff.
Great.
Yeah.
It's a great title.
It is. I mean, I have never seen that one, but I've always looked at that title and been like, "Well, that's weird."
That's just a full sentence.
Yeah. I mean, I do, and he's playing like he's not playing himself. He's playing like a character. So I don't know.
It was so what?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. And then they met some other people and did some other non-horror things, and then the Mummy again, that was like their last one at Universal, and they're fucking old. It's probably almost like, I don't know, probably like 7 or 8 years after Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. They were already old when they made that movie. They were heading out. Well, they did television. They okay. I'm not trying to disparage Abbott and Costello, because they certainly had like a very successful career on television, and and then they split up, and then Costello died pretty soon after that. He did one solo movie, I believe, called The 50-Foot Bride of Candy Rock. And it's like a giant, like it's like a 50 sci-fi movie about like a woman who like is turned at 50 feet, right? They made like a lot of those. And
yeah, why is that such a like a subgenre? The giant woman subgenre.
Giant women, small men, like shrinking men to be more precise. Yeah, giant insects. It was just like a thing with sci-fi, like the worry of things being enlarged or miniaturized. And I don't think it was a legitimate science concern. I think it was just a special effect that they all realized they could do pretty easily in certain ways. Like, oh, like giant this, giant that. And certainly like King Kong and then Godzilla at that time, like kind of encourage you to go to any kind of giant anything route. And but that was Lou Costello's his last movie, is he's just kind of playing second fiddle to this 50-foot bride. And he looks tired in that movie, you can tell. And then he died of like heart attack or something not long after that. So, and Abbott and Costello are not in tonight's episode of Lights Out. That was just spurned by one actor from tonight's episode playing a very bit part in the movie. Like, I think he plays like what do you say? He plays like a pawnbroker or something. So, not a very big part in Abbott and Costello Meet the Mummy, but gave me an excuse to go on an Abbott and Costello diatribe. So that's always.
This has been the Abbott and Costello rant.
Yes. One of the few things that I can't rant about. Curse you.
Give this man a microphone, he will rant all day about Abbott and Costello.
I'll give you a type 55 on Abbott and Costello.
Welcome to my TED Talk.
Welcome to my TED Talk on Abbott and Costello. You have a lot to learn from these guys. We didn't know how much they were teaching us. Yeah, them and the Three Stooges. That one's 2 hours. I've tried to cut the length down and I just can't. It's not working. I have to leave it where it is. Yeah, well, we have to get into this exciting conclusion of
we've got to finish this
Faceless
man.
So, Evan, if you have it queued up,
I'm ready.
We're going to get into the exciting conclusion of The Faceless Man when I can find my cursor. Hold on. Usually I just move my mouse around a whole bunch of times and it comes back. Now I'm not seeing it at all. The hell?
Uh-oh.
Come on now. Where are you at? All right. Okay, hold on. I'll just space bar it. All right. Here we go. Of course, it comes back after that.
He has not come down yet?
Not yet, Papa.
Strange man, that one. Always he likes to keep to himself. Even cleans his own room. Yesterday, I heard him talking to himself. I heard what I thought was another voice in conversation with Monsieur Crane. I made an excuse to enter, but there was no one with him.
He seems very nice, Papa.
So,
Papa.
He finds you attractive?
Oui, Papa.
And you, how do you find him?
Well, he's a very handsome man, but when I think of René...
But René is dead. He's coming.
Ah, bonjour, Etienne.
Bonjour, monsieur.
Bonjour, Lord.
Oh, get over your dead
Here he
husband,
comes.
fiance.
Yeah.
You have a most attractive daughter, Etienne.
Ah, oui,
Ow.
monsieur.
I have a necklace in my room. It belonged to my mother. With your permission, I'd like to make a present to your daughter.
If monsieur's intentions are those of a serious man...
Oh, I assure you, Etienne, they are. Most serious. Most
Do you see the size of my ascot? That's how serious I am. Oh, Jesus. It's so creepy.
You pleased with yourself this morning?
I am.
I take it the romance is going rather well.
You know too much for your own good.
This is more than mere romance, though.
What makes you think so?
She rejected you once.
Ooh,
How did you know that?
It is her.
You forget, Mr. Carvel, I too am ugly. And so you swore to have your revenge. You would make her love you, marry you, and then torture her for the rest of her life.
Who are you?
Damn.
Who are you?
I might be many people, Mr. Carvel. I might be a twisted figment of your own imagination. Or I might even be the spirit of René Philippe.
What do you know of that?
Nothing, Mr. Carvel. Nothing. To us, Francis Carvel, the inseparable, devoted companions.
So creepy. Is that how you... I guess that's how you polish the silver.
You like working here, Laura?
C'est agréable. Papa is very nice.
Why should think a beautiful girl like you would be more at home in, say, Paris? Wearing beautiful gowns, eating at the best places?
Monsieur makes a joke.
No, I'm most serious. If you were my wife, you'd have nothing but the best.
Monsieur is very flattering.
Laura, I'd like you to accept a small gift.
Oh, I'm afraid I could
Please,
not.
I've already spoken with your father.
But Monsieur...
Laura! Don't shut me out. I've fallen in love with you. I want you to marry.
Bro, you just checked in last
I
night.
realize this is very sudden.
Yeah. You barely know this lady.
Much more time. I have to go back to England in a week, and I would be very proud if you would join me.
I do not know what to say, monsieur.
Don't say anything now. Think it over.
Oui, monsieur.
And please accept this necklace my mother wore.
Merci.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir, Etienne. And now, if you'll excuse me, I'll get back to my room.
But Monsieur Crane.
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Monsieur Crane gave me a gift, Papa.
Well,
He wants to marry me, Papa.
and you?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll
He's very
say.
nice.
But, always but. He is handsome. He has money. He's respectable. Let us see the gift.
Mon Dieu!
Oh, shit.
This is a very bad joke.
This is no joke, Papa. The cord. It is the cord which strangled René.
Oh, you are mad.
I know it is, Papa. And I know what frightened me about Monsieur Crane.
Oh, you speak nonsense.
Papa, it is he. I swear it is he.
He? Who?
Monsieur Crane is the ugly one.
You cannot mean
The
Carvel.
ugly one.
But this one is handsome. A gentleman. The other was a beast.
Papa, it is he. I know it.
It's easier to say
The
than
voice,
Quasimodo.
even the initials FC are the same.
I cannot believe it. Wait here. We will see about this.
Papa, be careful.
I'll get to the bottom of this.
You gave her the necklace?
Yes.
Does she know you murdered for it?
She knows nothing. She's going to marry me. So I can't have you around anymore.
You're going to murder her soul.
I don't know who you
Damn.
are. I don't even know whether you exist to anyone except to me. But if you're not out of here by tonight, I'm going to kill you.
Do you really think you can destroy me?
I'm not afraid of you anymore.
I warn you, Carvel.
Take off that mask. Quick. Get behind the drapes. Yes, what is it?
I must speak with you, Monsieur Crane.
Well, I was just about to turn in. Perhaps later we can talk.
Now, Monsieur.
Very well. What is it about?
This.
I never saw it.
You presented it to my daughter this evening. I saw her open the box with my own eyes.
But why should I give her
Her lover was found with a rope such as this wrapped about his throat, Monsieur.
Look, I assure you I had nothing to do with this. I gave her
It's
a
not
necklace.
mine. It's true. It's not mine.
I'm just holding it for a friend.
There's been some mistake. I must apologize, of course.
Perhaps the police would be interested in this
Believe me,
matter.
Etienne, I know nothing about this. This is some ghastly joke.
Joke?
Look, give me some time. I need some time to figure out how this
Yeah,
thing's
ha
gonna
ha
be
ha ha ha.
You did it.
Or did you do it yourself?
You can't confuse me anymore.
Perhaps it
Mike
was
Myers.
you. Perhaps instead
Well,
of
it can't
placing
be
the
him.
necklace
Look
in
at
the
how much
case, you
shorter this guy
accidentally
is.
Closed the cord. The same cord, Mr. Carvel, with which you strangled Rene Philippe.
This guy's a
You
lot
know everything,
shorter.
don't you?
I know everything you know.
She looks
I know
like a
that one
child with
evening
a big
year ago,
head.
Rene Philippe sat in this room and laughed at you when you
Like
told
Denny
him
off
you
the
loved
rim.
Lord Dubois.
Yeah.
I know you were very angry and ashamed of your ugliness. You tore a length of cord from the curtain at that window. And that very same night, Rene Philippe's body was found on the rocks below with a cord around his throat. I warn you, Carvel.
Ah!
My face.
What?
My whole face. You devil.
Wow, killed him pretty fast. Good work.
Who is it? Who's there?
got the death grip.
No,
Ah!
it can't be. I'm going out of my mind. I just killed you. I felt your body. You were dead. Get away. Get away.
Do you not recognize your own ugliness, Francis Carvel? Do you not see in me the monster you tried to destroy within yourself? Francis Carvel, I am the horror in your own black soul.
Oh, come on. Oh, shit.
Papa,
Oh, there's more.
He must have fallen from the window.
is he dead, Papa?
Well, what a pity. Such a
Dad looks like he's breathing pretty heavily to me.
No, no. Do not look. Go quickly, fetch the police. Go quickly.
Gets his old face.
Oh, his face fall off?
No faceless man, no face off.
Wow.
Oh man, is this another one that ends without the host?
Oh.
That was how last week's one. That's why last week's episode was a bummer too.
Yeah.
Yep, no Frank. It just ends. It's a bummer.
Yeah.
So that was The Faceless Man. What'd we think?
Do you think that the plastic surgeon was just a figment of his imagination?
Well, yeah, I guess the ending certainly muddies up the whole entire plot when you think about it. Because then I started thinking, well, if his face looks like that, then what were the innkeeper and his daughter seeing? You know?
Right. Yeah. I'm not sure if maybe that's just how plastic surgery worked back then. They just stapled on a new face, and if you fall out the window, it falls off.
Could be. Yeah, pretty quick fix. You know, you just get put a little glue.
He's just got to go. He would just have to go back. To go back to the surgeon.
Well,
I do want to mention, by the way, that you were totally right. It was like plastic surgery kind of comes after World War I. Like all of the horrific disfiguring injuries.
Yep.
The facial reconstruction kind of comes out of that.
And it all blossoms out from there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Pretty crazy stuff. Yeah. Was just a shot in the dark, but I'm sure I heard that at some point. But it just logically it makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was yeah, I can't say that I was necessarily expecting any kind of faceless man or anything like that. It just kind of wrapped up, you know, like he's everywhere. Oh, not now I'm accidentally dead. And I mean, it was like some big moments still. I mean,
it was I mean, it feels like a big twist, even though I kind of saw it coming.
Right.
And they maybe dwell on the twist a little too long, but
yeah,
it was still a good episode. We had some good suspense in there.
Yeah, I guess I would have preferred seeing old Frank pop in one last time, as opposed to the innkeeper and his daughter discovering that he had the old face. Like,
Right. We're just wanting the Rod Serling moment.
yeah, those I think have been some of the most fun like parts of some of these episodes. Is when the host comes in at the end to make some final pun that is usually pretty good. He's usually, he's just having fun or doing something silly, and so it makes it fun. Fun way to wrap it up usually. But we've been deprived of that these past 2 episodes, unfortunately. It's sad. It's definitely taken away a bit of the enjoyment that I have gotten out of the endings of these episodes.
We miss you, Frank.
We do. Hopefully we get an episode next week that it brings him back into the fold at the end. But we'll see. I mean, we are wrapping up this season of the Scream Stream, season 5. We are getting close to the end. I mean, we're on the back half for sure. We've only got, after this week, like 3 more movies, so 3 more weeks of Lights Out. So not a lot of opportunities to,
Yeah, so sad.
Yeah, hopefully they don't keep whiffing it. Hopefully we get some good episodes to round it out. But we'll see. We'll see. Fingers crossed. But yeah, it wasn't bad. It was, this episode had some creepy moments. The guy in the mask was creepy. Overall, it wasn't a bad episode, I don't think.
No, not at all. No, I definitely enjoyed this one.
Pretty solid. Pretty solid, but, the ending was take it or leave it.
You can take heart knowing the folks over at IMDb got it right.
Yeah. We'll see. I'll try to pick one that's rated above that for these last 3 weeks and really try to. Oh, I mean, I know that the very last episode I want to show is pretty like it's the highest rated one. We haven't. Well, I think it switches off with The Martian Eyes as being the top rated one. So we will make that determination, but I will say that The Martian Eyes, I think, was our favorite one so far.
Yeah, that was a high watermark for sure.
For sure. That ending was something to behold. And eventually it'll be on our YouTube page. It's not there yet. It'll be there soon. So yeah, we're wrapping that up. And this week on the show, we're going, we did a little special last week for 420. The week before that, we watched the most
421.
421, yes, to be correct, to be precise. The week before that, we watched The Most Dangerous Game. And so this week we are actually watching another adaptation of The Most Dangerous Game.
We're going back,
but it's a B movie, and it's got a little bit of gore and some gruesome imagery, and it's called Bloodlust, just to give you an idea of what it's all about. And it's came out in 1961, and it's a very cheesy drive-in movie. I think we'll have fun with it. Evan, did you get a cocktail? Have you had time? I know
I did. It was very last minute. It was
okay. Well,
right before the show started.
As always, Evan brings us a delicious cocktail in a little segment which we call.
What were you drinking?
What are we drinking this Friday, Evan?
This Friday, we are drinking a cocktail that is also called the Bloodlust.
Oh, okay, all right.
So yeah, this one's interesting. It's gin, honey, lemon juice. It calls for Amaro, and if I can't find that, I might substitute for absinthe. They both got the wormwood. And this one's
great.
also got egg white. So we're
Oh,
probably looking
so
we're probably looking at a more viscous kind of bloody drink. I think this one's going to be interesting.
wow, yeah, that sounds intense. Viscous is the right word
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah, if I can't find the Amaro too, I might do just a little bit of cranberry juice as well, just for the flavor to get that nice red.
Mm,
Or sorry, the color, not the flavor.
well, you can taste red. Can't we all taste red? Come on now.
I could go for some red right now.
I enjoy me a big old bowl of red before I go to bed every night. It's delicious. Yeah, no, it sounds interesting. Great way to tie in the shampoo commercial from tonight, Evan. You know.
Oh, right, yeah.
Can I use this
Hold that egg,
cocktail
hold
in
that-
my
don't you-
hair? Can I pour? Do you think? Can I shampoo my hair with it? Because that's something we can
Yeah,
test
it'd
on the
probably
stream
leave
this
it-
Friday.
Probably leave it very very shiny, very attractive to bees.
Yeah, well, this is tis the season. Spring, it's a perfect time. I'm trying to attract bees. The perfect shampoo for it. So join us this Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern on Twitch or YouTube for Bloodlust and the Bloodlust cocktails. Gonna be very good and a lot of fun. You can go catch all of our past episodes and mini-sodes over on the YouTube page at Screamstream Live. We are over on all the socials at Screamstream Show. You can find me over on the socials at Spakenstein. Find Evan Sink over on the socials, or on Twitter, sorry, to be precise. Twitter at Caligari Cursed. And even though he's not here this evening, you can find Mr. Fresh Rogan over on the socials at Fresh Rogan. Anything before we sign off tonight, Evan?
This is tea.
This is tea. Until Friday, sweet screams, everybody.
To all, a good fright.